Campaigns spend a fortune knocking on doors, and they spend almost nothing sending texts. So what happens when you combine them? We ran a randomized experiment during a real election to find out, and the results surprised us. Here's what every campaign manager already knows. Door-to-door canvassing is one of the most effective ways to turn out voters. Decades of research back that up. But it's expensive. You need staff, you need volunteers, you need time. Text messaging, on the other hand, costs almost nothing. A canvas attempt runs about $5, but a text, only about 10 cents. So campaigns have started layering texts on top of their canvassing programs. Text before the knock, a text after, sometimes both. It feels like it should help, but nobody had actually tested whether it does. Until now. During the 2025 Virginia governor's race, we set up a randomized experiment. We took conservative-leaning, infrequent voters, people who had voted in 2024 but skipped other recent elections, and randomly split them into 4 groups. Group A got a text before the canvasser knock. Group B got a text after. Group C got both, a text before and after. And Group D, just a canvassing attempt. No text at all. That's our control. Every single voter in the study got a canvas attempt. We weren't testing whether canvassing works. We were testing whether adding a cheap text message makes it work better. Okay, so what happened? Well, when you combine both phases of the experiment, the control group, canvas only, turned out at 50%. Group B, the post-canvas text, came in at nearly 52%. That's a 1.8-point improvement. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2 points? That's it? Here's why that matters. In competitive elections, races are decided by margins like this. And remember, this lift came from a 10-cent text message added to a program that was already running. The cost per additional vote for Group B was just $5.42. That is remarkably efficient. But here's the part that really caught our attention. Group C, the group that got 2 texts before and after, barely moved the needle. More outreach did not mean better results. It actually cost over $50 per additional vote. So the lesson isn't text more, it's text smarter. Now here's where it gets really interesting. When we broke the results down by gender, the story changed completely. Among women, texting made a clear difference. Both the pre-text and post-text groups saw turnout jump about 4 points over the control. That's a meaningful, consistent effect across both phases of the experiment. Among men, almost nothing. Turnout was basically flat across all 4 groups. The texts didn't move them. This is a big deal for targeting. If you roll this out to your entire voter file, the gains among women get diluted by the lack of movement among men. But if you target female voters specifically, you capture most of the benefit. The effect is real. It's just not evenly distributed. So, if you're running a canvassing program, here are the 3 takeaways. First, send 1 text after the knock. That's the sweet spot. Best results, lowest cost, no operational headaches. Second, target women. That's where the effect is strongest and most consistent. Applying this broadly without targeting dilutes the impact. Third, don't assume more contact is better. The group that got 2 texts performed worst on cost efficiency. Complexity added cost without adding votes. Now, this is one experiment in one state. We're not saying this is the final word, but it's a real test with real voters during a real election. And the data points in a clear direction. Campaigns should keep testing, but if you're looking for a place to start, a single follow-up text after a canvas attempt is a cheap, easy, and evidence-backed way to improve your canvassing, especially with the right audience. The full report is linked below. I'm Eric Wilson. Thanks for watching.